What's going on, guys? Do not, and I mean do not, make these tourist mistakes when you're in Kuala Lumpur. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash that like too. Support the channel. Let's go. Kuala Lumpur is an amazing city, but there's a couple of things you need to know before you touch down in KL. One, do not underestimate the heat and humidity. I mean, boy, it's literally tropical, hot and humid. It's definitely a tropical region, and it has literally tropical rain. So it literally could be 40 degrees or 42, and it can rain at any minute. So it rains a lot in that region, but it also gets very, very hot. And this is all year round. Malaysia is hot all year round. So it's very important before knowing this. Like when I went to Malaysia, I went in May, and I don't think May is the hottest time. And it was it was about 35 degrees. It was hot as hell. Especially at night. There's no, like some places you go, it's really hot in the daytime, then at night it cools down a little bit. Nah, it's hot. It's just as hot as at night. I mean, I went to the W Hotel. It's a rooftop overlooking the Patron Towers, and we was outside and it was hot. I was sweating. I was like, damn, maybe we need to go inside and get some air conditioning. So bear that in mind. Dress appropriate, because it get very hot in Malaysia, especially in KL. Very, very hot. To tackle this, stay hydrated. Obviously, drink lots of water. Always stay hydrated, and also your electrolytes. Don't forget your electrolytes. Dress light. Be very light. I mean, light shirts, shorts. If you're going out, bear in mind, if you're going out, you probably can't go in with shorts on, so bring some light trousers or jeans. And of course, make use of air conditioning. Everywhere has air conditioning. 2, skipping the local food. You'd be absolutely stupid, and I mean stupid, if you go to Malaysia and you go straight all to the international cuisines and go into like the Western type restaurants and foods. You have to try Malaysian food, especially the street food. I mean, Malaysian food, period. You can go to different Malaysian restaurants. And the great thing about Malaysia, it's a fusion of Indian, Chinese, and Malay. And it's just a fusion. So you can get different types of spices, different types of just taste. So it's amazing. But what is a really standout? I mean, as far as in the world, in my opinion, you got Thai street food and Malaysian food is like 2 of the best in the entire world. And that's saying something. The world is a massive place. You can find some of the best street food in Jalan Allah and Bangsa. I'm butchering both pronunciations, my bad, but hey. Also Chinatown. Chinatown was my favorite. I went to Bangsa and Chinatown was my favorite. I lost some amazing street food. I mean, at first I was a little hesitant, like everyone else is, tourists. But when you're there, don't be careful. Worst case scenario, take some stomach medicine, so diarrhea pills. Just in case. But I'm just saying that shouldn't be an issue. I didn't have any issue in Malaysia, or I've had more of a stomach issue when the first time I went to Thailand. But Malaysia, absolutely nothing. 3, not using the public transportation. I mean, when you're out there, again, depends on your budget. Of course, if you want to zip around like at night, in and out, then take Grab. Grab's a Bolt, Uber type option, taxi service. They come frequently and very, very on time, and it's a great service. But again, too, like you talking about in the daytime, I would 100% using public transportation. I recommend using public transportation, because just like Thailand and Bangkok, it can get very busy. Traffic buildups are massive in KL, so you could be stuck. I mean, you could literally be going to one end to the other, which take about 10 minutes. If you hit traffic, that could take you an hour. So you got to bear that in mind. So if you're doing like a little tourist stuff, you want to go around the city, I'll 100% recommend you doing public transportation, because they got great public transportations from the metro, the LRT, and the monorail. I mean, both are really good and easy enough to read and get you from A to B. And again, most importantly, you're gonna skip lots of the traffic. But at night, I would say do Grab. Grab is easy at night and not as much traffic. Again, depending, traffic can happen at any time, but depending. To and for the airport, if you can take the rail, again, do that. But going to the airport, definitely bear that in mind. So give you a space just in case you hit traffic. 4, like me, obviously not being in Malaysia before, I didn't think English was highly spoken, and it might be a difficult, especially when you go outside. Definitely generally capitals are fine, with English speaking. So generally, a lot of people speak English in capitals. But when you come out of capitals, it's like, oh man, this might be a struggle. But in Malaysia, English is very well spoken, and a lot of people speak English. So if you are thinking, I want to go to Malaysia, but I'm not, I'm a little shaky with the language, or I can't learn the language. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around, communicate. But don't worry, pretty much everybody speaks English in Malaysia, especially in KL. So getting around, going out to eat, asking directions, taxis, public transportation, everybody's going to speak English. So you can literally ask someone, they're very friendly. So it's easy. Do not think that people don't speak English. So it's not like you're China or something like that. So you're fine. I mean, English speaking, you'll be good in Malaysia. 5, overpacking and dressing appropriate. Definitely overpacking, because I overpacked and I was like, God, half the stuff I didn't even wear. So definitely, like I said earlier in the video, dress light, 100% dress light. And with dressing appropriate, when it comes to temples and mosques and stuff like that, you have to cover shoulders and knees. For guys, it's not too bad, but women especially, you definitely have to cover up. So when you're going to visit these places, you have to definitely cover up shoulders and legs, right? So bear that in mind. So dress appropriate when you're doing these things. Outside of that, just generally walking around, you're fine. It's not it's not like one of them Islamic states where women have to cover it up and you be shamed for it. So now it's pretty cold and chilled out there. But again, when you go into the historical points, your mosque, your temples, you just have to dress appropriate. Cover up shoulders and knees. 6, only visiting tourist spots or tourist traps. Of course, the main one is, the Petrol Towers. I went to the Petrol Towers. It's an amazing thing to see. You definitely got to go see the towers. It's spectacular. But actually, in the daytime, it's cool. I mean, the better thing was more the shopping. There's a shopping mall around underneath the Petrol Tower. That was pretty cool. They have everything that you can imagine in that mall. And there's a little park, which is really dope as well. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful in the daytime, actually. In the daytime, you got the fountains and stuff like that. It's a beautiful thing to see. But the towers really excel at night. I mean, how it sparks up and just lights up the city at night. It's absolutely beautiful. But again, don't just, just don't stick to that. There's so many different things in KL. It's not as you don't have as much things to do like you do like in a Bangkok, but there's still lots of stuff to do. You got to go to the Malay village and check out the Malay village life. That's really dope. Definitely go to Chinatown. You go to arts. Chinatown's is really unique. Lots of good street food. You got some of the best speakeasy bars. Matter of fact, for me, they probably have the best speakeasy bars in Asia. As far as you have to find them, and it's just in remote areas. It's really dope. I really liked the amount of speakeasy bars that they had in KL, especially in Chinatown. So go check that out. You got to go check that out. Explore Kampong Baru. I'm butchering that again, but these are different things you could go check out. So I mean, people always say, I go to KL, just stay 1 or 2 days, but yeah, I agree. I think 3 days is perfect time for KL, then move on to somewhere else, and in those 3 days you could pretty much do everything. And now 7, this is a really important one because this affected me as well. Budgeting for shopping. I honestly didn't think shopping was going to be this amazing. As far as all of Southeast Asia, this is the best shopping spot, I reckon, especially in the city. Man, it's clothes, sneakers, jewelry is cheaper. But I wanted to get a gold chain, but that shit wasn't that cheap. Gold spiked, so I was like, man, fuck that. I'm not spending that much money for gold. But you have the designer stores. Of course, you have the your materialistic nonsense. You got the designer stores. So if you got designer money, then it's gonna be cheaper than it is buying it in like in Italy and in London, France. So it'll be a lot cheaper getting your designer wear. But if you want general shopping, like your clothes shopping, your just fashion in general, just little things here and there, man, KL is amazing. And there's malls everywhere. Literally, there's a mall everywhere. Every 5 minutes is a mall. So budget for shopping. Make sure you save some money for your shopping, and pack light. So literally, especially if you're flying to KL, maybe just pack like half your suitcase and the other half fill that with shopping. I'm telling you, man, shopping's amazing in KL, and it's a lot cheaper than shopping in any other place. So bear that in mind. So keep some room in your suitcase and budget for shopping. And last 8, on the way of tipping, good old Americans, you guys tip everywhere you go, and you guys introduce tipping to the rest of the world. So in some places, and like Malaysia, tipping is not expected. It's actually not the norm. So don't think that you're forced to tip or you have to tip. You do not have to tip, right? It's obviously, if you get amazing service, like if I get really good service, the way is amazing, I give them a little something and I just hand it straight to them. You know what I mean? I don't leave it on the table, nothing. Just give it to them, right? So it's okay to tip, but remember, it's not mandatory. So you do not have to tip. Remember that. Especially in Malaysia, you do not have to tip. It's optional. It's up to you. And if you're gonna tip directly to that person, to the waiter. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay to the end of the video because I'm gonna really give you your 100% don'ts. Things that you should definitely 100% do not do. Don't dare do in KL. So stay to the end of the video. I've covered 8 really important things that you definitely shouldn't do or be aware of. But these last 4 you 100% should not do, because you're going to jail. All right, so you gotta be careful. So firstly, do not drink in outdoor spaces. So for instance, let's say you would rent an apartment and you got a rooftop and it's an open space, like a rooftop pool, infinity pool. You bring a wine, because I did that with one of our friends and we nearly got kicked out. The guy was nice enough to go, yo, you can't drink out here. So we bought a bottle of wine and we about to get kicked out the whole building. So, but he was cool. He said, nah. So don't drink outdoor space. You can drink in Malaysia's cool, you know what I mean, but do it inside, right? Don't be doing outside. Do it in the restaurants, bars, clubs, or in your apartment. But not go outside. Or let's say you have a balcony, you can drink on your balcony because it's your own space. But when you go into a public space, do not drink. Be careful with that. Do not do drugs. I mean, flying into KL, literally, they tell you a little bit about the city and Malaysia, and the last thing they say is do not do drugs. If you get caught with drugs, you're liable to go to jail for life or sentenced to death. They had me for life. I mean, death, shit. I'll probably take death over. Anyway. But yeah, do not do drugs. Do not get caught with drugs. Do not sniff drugs. Do not even look in drugs direction. I'm telling you, do not do drugs in Malaysia. This ain't Thailand. Do not. So basically, do not pollute. So I mean, like, do not drop trash. When you smoke, don't just throw the bud on the floor. Look for areas where you can just, you can throw your buds, your cigarette buds. Don't throw it on the floor. Do not drop trash on the floor. Wherever you come from, you might do that there. Don't do that shit in Malaysia, because if they police you, they're gonna arrest your ass, right? So these 4 things do 100% do not do. Do not even think of doing it. Just a matter of fact, go into your brain and just delete it from your brain. Do not even do that in Malaysia. But outside of all these things, man, Malaysia is an amazing country. KL is a wonderful city, so definitely have to go check it out. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Support the channel. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And obviously, my aim is to give you as much information, especially for the newbies that go into these new cities and new countries. Give you a heads up so you know in and outs and you know what to expect. And so you're prepared going into these places. So, till next time, peace.